This seemed a little interesting, so we gonna watch it. If you're looking for a title, it's called "Use Your Thoughts and Optimize
We
Your
have three
Health."
types of stress that
Use your
we
thoughts to optimize
process
your
in the
health.
physical body. We have physical stress, that's like trauma, accidents, injuries, falls. And then you have chemical stress like toxins or pesticides or pollutants or viruses or bacteria or hangovers or nutritional deficiencies. And then you have emotional stress, right? And emotional stress could be family tragedies, car accidents, second mortgages, single parenting, 401ks, whatever that is. But each one of those things,
See, I got a
physical,
lot of
chemical,
that.
or emotional, knock the body out of homeostasis, out of regulation, out of balance. The innate capacity of the body when it's not overstressed is that it wants to always return back and regulate. It wants to return back to homeostasis. It wants to return back to order. And that's
Before you say anything, bro, one thing I seen is that one thing I keep on seeing is that humans, their bodies is kind of just still used to the old caveman type of you know what's the word? Can't figure out the word, but if you get what I'm saying, they're still used to the old times. Like our body's still programmed like that. So us coming up to this new age where we just get all of this technology and everything. It all happened really fast, so our body still isn't used to all of this new, all of these new things in life, like this a huge upgrade, like this huge new download. Our body's not used to it, so it's like our bodies is so how animals be so if an animal experience trauma, right after they finish experiencing that trauma, they shake off the trauma and they're back to their regular homeostasis, like their regular calm selves. And they just released all that stress and they're back to, who they are. They're not stressing no more. They release all of that. But for humans, it's like we're always trying to figure out how to release all of that trauma that we have and get back to that regular calm state that we want to be in. But we're still stuck on the past traumas that we can't let go of, which is why we get so mentally depressed to the point where we just end up wanting to delete ourselves and shit like that, hurt ourselves, or just stay in bed all day, or just just do things that kind of just harm us and makes like make things worse for us in the long run. It's something I just I just wanted to put that out there.
innate in us. That's an automatic process that's running through the autonomic nervous system. So we could say the job of the autonomic nervous system is to create balance and regulation and homeostasis, and it's automatic.
Yeah.
And that part of the brain sits under the thinking neocortex, and it's called the chemical brain, or the emotional brain, or the limbic brain, or the mammalian brain. And it has all of those functions that make blood sugar balanced, hormone levels, digestive enzymes. It's doing what it can to take the body and constantly repair it and regenerate it and move it back into balance. All of those stressors knock the brain and body out of balance, and the innate mechanism, the stress response, brings it back to balance. Well, it just makes sense. If you keep knocking it out of balance over and over again, and you keep moving it out of homeostasis, that imbalance is going to become the new balance, and now you're headed for disease because that automatic system can't regulate order in the body. So a system then is compromised. The system breaks down.
So it's like all of that trauma that we experience is now the new normal. It's now our new state of calm when it's actually not calm. It's just like we tricked ourselves. We tricked our brain into the traumatic experiences to be into being our new state of calmness. Basically what he's saying, right? Just making sure I understand it.
And so if it's physical trauma, your body can heal if you rest it. If it's chemical imbalance, you take your uh, pharmaceuticals, or you take your nutraceuticals, your vitamins, your minerals, your herbs, you intermittent fast. You do anything you can to get the body back so that it's using more energy for growth and repair. But the big factor is emotional stress. 75 to 90% of every person that walks into a healthcare facility in the Western world walks in because of psychological or emotional stress. Pretty much 4 out of 5 people, what's really causing their health condition is that they're emotionally stressed and emotionally out of balance. Okay, so what are the emotions that are connected to the stress hormones? It's anger, it's hatred, it's frustration, it's competition, it's control, it's judgment, it's envy, it's jealousy, it's insecurity, it's fear, it's anxiety, it's worry, it's angst.
There's so
It's
much.
hopelessness, it's powerlessness, it's guilt, it's shame, it's unworthiness, and psychology calls these
Like
normal
when you put it all together, bro, like when he just like names each and everything, and then you realize that like you experience at least like each of these things, and you experience at least each of these things, bro, and then you wonder why you're always feeling so bad. Like me, I experience all of these things, and then it's like I'm always wondering why the fuck do I feel so bad all the time, and that's why because like, bro, look at all of these things listed. All of these things are just straight negative energy. Like just just things that give straight negative energy, and you're just like taking that all in, and you're just making that something that's a daily thing for you, every single day.
human states of consciousness. These are altered states of consciousness. So our response to someone or something in our environment, or our response to our own thought, an image of what could happen in the future, a memory of the past, could actually
Positive,
cause
negative.
chemicals to be secreted from the brain that causes the body
But
to
let's think
actually
about it. This dude right here, he could be allergic to bees, so it would make sense why he would think of it like that. She might get stung by a bee. She might even work with them. You know, I'm just making up excuses. Let me chill. But you know, they're it's kind of valid a little bit.
believe it's living in that same environment of fear or danger, right? So that thought, when you're seeing that thought in your mind or remembering that image, it's the image and the emotion, it's the thought and the feeling, it's the stimulus and response that's immediately conditioning the body into that state of imbalance. So it's a scientific fact that the long-term effects of the hormones of stress push the genetic buttons and create disease. If you can turn on that stress response just by thought alone, your thoughts are literally going to make you sick. That's the greatest example of the mind-body connection. So the next fundamental question is, okay, if our
Bro,
thoughts could make
all
us
of this
sick,
just kind of make me
is
uncomfortable.
it possible that my thoughts could make me well? Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to have to manage my attention, and I'm going to have to manage my energy, because where I place my attention is where I place my energy. And I'm going to have to inhibit that thought that has conditioned the body to subconsciously be the mind. And the body's so objective that it does not know the difference between the real life experience that's creating that emotion and the emotion that person is fabricating by thought alone. To
Bro, okay, let me
the
finish up.
body, it's exactly the same. So,
Bro, see that right there, bro. That's probably one of the craziest like things I learned like within my life, bro. Like that's one of the craziest things I learned because it's like I never realized how true that statement is that like your body cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. But then when you really think about it, whenever you thought of a situation to be a horrible situation, it was a horrible situation until there was a person to like shine light on that situation, and then you're able to look at that situation, and then you're able to actually feel it as a good situation. It's like the whole reality on the thing changes. Like you ever had like something that happened to you in the past, and you used to always look at it as something so horrible. And whenever you looked at it as something so horrible, it would make you feel horrible in the present moment. But then, say you went and talked about it with somebody, like a therapist or a friend or whoever, and then they shined a light on that whole situation that you used to look at as a bad thing, and they shined light on it and made it turn out to be actually something that was beneficial to your life. Then you look back at that situation, and you're able to see it in like a light, and it's able to make you feel good instead of make you feel bad like it used to. And it's so weird because it literally just changed your whole reality. Because before it used to make you depressed, sad, angry, or whatever, but then now you look back at it, it makes you happy, or it makes you insightful, it makes you, unregretful, it makes you see the light in like something that you used to see just straight darkness in. It's so weird. It's like being scared of a closet, right? You used to look at a closet as a little kid. Like me, I used to be scared of the closet. I used to look at the closet and I used to see it as something so scary. And that was my reality, seeing the closet as something so scary because I saw a show that my mom was watching, and there was this guy hiding in the closet, and the daughter was like, "Dad, there's somebody hiding in the closet," and the dad was like, "There's nobody hiding in the closet," and he didn't even fucking check the closet like a dad should, and he just left the room and went to bed. All of a sudden, a couple of hours later, the girl's laying down, and then she looks back at the closet, and then she sees an eyeball sticking from the closet. Then boom, a motherfucker with a whole drape coat pulls out the fucking closet and kidnaps the motherfucker. And then it's like now the dad's missing his daughter's gone because he didn't want to check the fucking closet. After that, bro, I was scared of closets after like after seeing that shit. That shit traumatized me. So anytime I looked at the closet, it was something bad in my head. I was in this reality with that closets had fucking scary ass motherfuckers and drapes pulling out like sneaking like just in the cut in the closet just hiding there ready to kidnap you. Until I got older, I then started to realize that there is nothing in the closet except clothes and shoes. So then I opened the closet and I said, there's nothing but clothes and shoes in there. So I kind of just shined light on the situation that like there is no fucking evil guy in the closet in a drape coat ready to kidnap me. So then my whole reality on the closet changed from it being something where a scary man lives in to just fucking clothes and shoes and whatever else you keep in the closet. So then after that day, I was instead of having to always sleep with the closet door closed, I was able to sleep with it open. You know, it just like your whole reality. It depends on your brain. It's so weird. Like the whole external world, the whole real world, the one that you're seeing, the one that I'm seeing right now. It all depends. The way that you see it, it all depends on how you think about it. It all depends on what is going on in your mind. You think negative, you get negative results. You think positive, you get positive results. It's crazy to me. I don't know. It just so crazy to me.
So the body's believing it's being chased by a predator. The body's believing it's in an offensive situation where it has to attack. The body's believing it's constantly needing to be ready, and it's constantly out of homeostasis. It's constantly out of balance. It's in emergency. It's in fight or flight. It's a different system in the autonomic nervous system
Exactly
where you're
what
stepping
I'm
on the
saying,
gas,
bro. But he's saying it
where
in a smarter
you're
way.
mobilizing enormous amounts of energy for some threat, some danger, real or imagined. But that thought and that feeling, the image, the emotion, the stimulus response is conditioning the body to automatically be the mind of that emotion. Now the body becomes conditioned and addicted. Now this gets to be a problem because people get addicted to their own thoughts, and they become addicted to the life they don't even like because their response to the coworker, to the boss, to the ex is actually giving them a rush of energy, a rush of adrenaline, and they're associating that rush of energy with some problem or condition in their life. And now come time to change and manage your attention and manage your emotion, it's no different than breaking addiction to anything. There's cravings. The body wants to return back to how it's been conditioned, into the familiar past, into the known. The body starts saying to the mind, you can, it's too hard.
Bro, and that is something that I'm really like working on right now. It's like I'm kind of just struggling with that. But at the same time, I really want to get back. I want to get my body to a place where I can see every situation as a positive situation. I don't want to be stuck in this loop where I've been stuck in for so long in my life where I just see everything as a negative thing. Like I just look at people in a negative way. I just look at the world in a negative way. I just look at every situation in a negative way, and I'm always feeling like I have to protect myself from certain things. I'm working on letting go of this ego that I've had for so long. I had for so fucking long, and just let it go, and just thank it for what it's done for me. Like this ego, one thing I learned about my ego is that my ego is something that just been out here trying to protect me from a lot. Like you see how he says like it puts you in fight or flight mode. You're in it's a mode where you're trying to protect yourself. You see a huge bear coming, either you're gonna fight it or you're gonna run away from it, and that's to protect yourself. And like I've been stuck in that mode for so long, where just like I just see the world as something evil. Like I just see the world as something like it's. I just imagine myself like saying "fuck the world," like "fuck the world" is me against the world. When in reality, it's not me against the world. I can just flow with the world and just go with how the world is going and just accept the world for what it is. And it will make me actually I put that in reverse. Like if I'm able to accept myself for who I am, I'm able to accept the world for what it is. And I honestly believe that like the reason why I don't accept the world for what it is, well, why I haven't accepted the world for what it was like in the past, was because I never accepted myself for who I am. Like now that I know that like I was a person that seen the world in such a negative light because I see myself in a negative light. I know that that's not the person that I want to be. I know that was me and I accepted that fact, and I know I don't want to be that no more. So now I'm accepting the fact that I want to change, and now I'm accepting the fact that the world, like the way I see the world, is changing. So then sooner or later, one day, I already see it in my vision that I'll see the world as something that it just is. Like it is what it is. There's nothing I could change about it, like the real world. But the only thing that I could really change about it is how I see it, and that comes from me accepting myself and me accepting that the world is not such a bad place. It's the world is what you make it. I don't know. I feel like I kind of butchered how I explained it to you guys, but at the same time, another thing I'm learning is how to be able to express myself and articulate what I'm thinking, because that's something I'm not used to coming from my past. But coming to the future, that's something I'll get better at. One day I'm gonna be like explaining these thoughts like a fucking pro, bro. Just watch.
Hard, you'll never change, this is too uncomfortable, I don't like this, go back to make the same choice, do the same thing, create the same experience, feel the same emotion, so that you can return back to the known. And that's how people seamlessly return back to that same identity. So we only accept, believe, and surrender to the thoughts that are equal to our emotional state. We'll never accept, believe, and surrender any thoughts that are not equal to your emotional state. So you could say, I'm abundant, I'm eternal, I'll live forever, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy. And if you're programmed your body into that emotional state, it's going to say, you're not that. Take a person whose identity is resentment and their identity is anger and frustration and betrayal. And you ask them, why are you this way? And they'll say, I'm this way because of this event that happened to me 15 years ago. Stronger the emotion we feel from some event, the more altered we feel inside of us, the more that chemical continuity is
It look like she
disrupted.
got a whole
Something that
anime
surprises us,
backstory
that alters
15
our
years
state,
ago.
the more the brain freezes a frame and takes a snapshot. That's called a memory. But the problem is that we think about that event over and over again after it happens. We're producing the same chemistry in the brain and
Bro,
body.
before he finished that, bro, one thing I just want to mention is that, like, bro, one thing I always thought about is like how people always wanted to create time travel, and how people say that like it's kind of impossible to create time travel. But I've always thought that like time travel was real, but it's not real in the way that like movies portray it to be real. I feel like time travel is real in a way where it's like we're time travelers ourselves. We're able to travel in time ourselves, just with our limited, like our limited like experience in life. Like so, I'm able to travel in time to the past and look at an old memory. Like the memories is how I'm able to travel to the past, and just I'm able to put myself in the past and re-experience everything again, because you experience past as you experience a memory, and the memory can be experienced as now. Like he's saying right here, like the 15 years ago she had something that happened to her, so now she's stuck on it at to this day. So she's able to go back to the past 15 years ago, experience that whole moment over again and over and over and over, and she's able to feel it in the right now. But then at the same time, you're able to make a vision for the future. So you're able to travel to the future, create the version of you that you want to create, and then you're able to teach yourself how to feel those emotions, and then you will be able to feel those all everything that you vision in the future in the now, right now. And it's like that's what I mean by like you're able to time travel. It's like a superpower that we have. We're able to time travel within like our life experience, and it's cool. Like even though we're not able to like actually physically go there, but we're able to do it mentally and emotionally, and it's kind of just cool to me.
as if the event was occurring. And so the body is conditioned literally into the past. So you say the person's resentful about everything. They're seeing their life through the lens of resentment and frustration and anger, and everything's upsetting them. Well, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You say, okay, now it's an addiction. You got to change that. And the person goes, oh, okay, that makes sense. Now that you got to get out of the bleachers on the playing field and say, okay, these emotions could literally have something to do with my health. Just saying, if I stop feeling these emotions, what if I start feeling these emotions? Okay, what would be the emotions that would make me happy? These emotions are making me feel really bad. The memories are making me feel really bad. Can I remember a future? How would I feel if my future could happen? I got to trade those emotions for different emotions. Well, if I've been practicing feeling these emotions and I've conditioned my body to be the mind, it's going to take some time for me to start making different chemistry with the intention of making that chemistry, getting my body back into homeostasis and balance, work on my breath. When I breathe, I change my state, practice breathing, work with your body so it can start to relax so that it feels safe enough to feel something other than that again. And if it takes you 3 weeks, it would be worth it. So then person then starts, okay, I don't really know how to feel gratitude. Okay, well, maybe start going out and giving and give to people. I promise you, start giving, start feeling grateful. And then start practicing feeling
But
gratitude.
I had this one day where I went roller skating for the first time in a long time. Like I haven't been roller skating since I was a little kid, bro. Like years ago. And I went out in the middle of the night and I went to go roller skate. And bro, something about just roller skating out in the middle of the night, it just made me feel so like it was like this kind of like free and feeling. I don't know, like kind of this freeing feeling that I had as a kid, where it's just like you're outside just having fun or whatever, and just like you're just doing something that is literally so pointless, but at the same time, you don't really need a point to it. It just point is just that it's just fun. It just feels good. You just want to do it. That's like the whole point to it. It's not like I had to go somewhere. It's not like I had to go get something. I just went out there just to have fun, just to, have an experience just rolling my roller skates. So then after I finished riding my roller skates, I just still stayed outside. I went to this little bus stop and I just sat there. It was the middle of the night. I just sat there. I just sat and I didn't go on my phone. I just like stared out into the open, like sky, like seen the trees. I seen the road, the sidewalks, the cars passing by. I just watched and looked at everything. And then I started to notice my hands. And then I started to know. I started to notice that I could smell. And I noticed that I could see. And I noticed that I could hear. And I noticed that I could like touch stuff and I could like feel it and everything. Like right then and there, just like I realized that like, wow, I'm blessed. And like shit, I am blessed. Like I just realized that I'm blessed in that moment because I noticed that like I have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, mouth to talk. Like I could feel, I could like I can do everything that I want to do. I'm completely like intact. Like I have everything that like a lot of people don't have. Even though it seems like it's a small majority of people that don't have all their hands, all their fingers, bro, it's a lot of people out there that don't have that stuff. There's a lot of people out there that's not able to go and roller skate in the middle of the night. There's a lot of people that can just sit down on a bench and just feel completely like okay with sitting on a bench. Like, bro, in different parts of the country, people are getting like forced to do certain things that they don't want to do. Like in certain part of the country, like there's people that are still doing slave labor in certain parts of the country. There's people that are missing fingers. My uncle, he's missing like 2 or 3 of his fingers because he got in an accident in this factory job that he works at. And it's like, I have everything, bro. I even have a full head of hair. There's people that are half bald by the age of 17. In high school, bro, I was in the 9th grade, and there was this other 10th grader in school, and I failed a grade. So I was supposed to be in the 10th grade. So he's around the same age as me, bro. And this nigga was half bald, bro. He was half bald. Nigga had no hair on the top of his head. And it's like, I'm 25 right now. I still have a full head of hair. And I'm pretty sure I know I'm gonna have it for like all the way up to my 60s because dad has it. And he's in his like 70s. I think that nigga like 70 or some shit. And my mom, she don't lose no hair, but yeah, so I'm chilling, bro. So it's like, I'm blessed, bro. It's just like, I'm blessed. Not only that, my older brother, he have a different dad than me, and he lost his hair when he was like 25, 22. No. He said he lost it at like 21. My older brother. I'm well past 21, bro. I'm straight. And just like, bro, I'm thankful for a lot of shit. I even got this whole YouTube setup, bro. You know how much people like talk about how they don't got a YouTube setup? This took some time just to build, bro. I did not just have this YouTube. I had people give to me over time, like this laptop I got for as a graduation gift when I was like 18, 19. I got a fucking camera as a Christmas gift like 2, 3 years ago. I got this camera given to me like a year. I mean, I say camera, this microphone given to me like a year ago. Like, it took a lot of time for me to get all of this stuff, and even when I didn't have all of this stuff, I was still making videos just on my iPhone 6. Like, it didn't matter to me, bro. And it's like, I'm just grateful for all of this, bro. Even grateful for what I had in the beginning, like just having the iPhone 6, no camera, no nothing, no none of this. Like, bro, shit, I'm just grateful. It just made me think of that.
Teach your body just for 15 minutes a day what it would like to feel gratitude, what it would be like. And our data shows that you take someone to do that for 4 days, 3 times a day. They make a immunoglobulin called...
One more thing, bro. That's the thing, bro. Before I even got to that moment where, you know, that whole experience I told you about, I kind of wasn't sure what I was thankful for because I used to look at my life in such a negative way. I seen it in such a negative light, bro. I just seen like, why me? That's how I looked at life, bro. I just, you know, always seen the bad in everything, bro. But it's like ever since I've been on this whole shift in my mind and just like looking at things in a different perspective, life's been looking so much better.
Immunoglobulin A. It's your body's natural flu shot. It's the greatest immune chemical we have.
What he said it's called?
They make a immunoglobulin called immunoglobulin A.
And
It's your body's
globulin.
natural flu shot. It's the greatest immune chemical we have. 50% increase in the subjects we studied in 4 days. Immunoglobulin A, up 50% in 4 days. Where is that chemistry coming from? They're not taking anything. It's coming from within them, right? What is the emotional signature of gratitude? When you receive something, or you just receive something, when something wonderful happened to you, or something wonderful is happening to you, you feel grateful. So now, if you're in a state of gratitude, it makes total sense. Then you will accept, believe, and surrender the thoughts that are equal to that emotional state, and you could actually program your autonomic nervous system to make the pharmacy of chemicals that causes growth and repair to happen in the body. And that's exactly what we're discovering. So then When people understand why they're doing it, the how gets easier. So you can assign meaning to the task and switch on the prefrontal cortex. And when you switch on that prefrontal cortex, it wants to get an outcome. It doesn't want to mess around. It wants the outcome. You're doing it for the outcome. And that's kind of a strong intention and a change in energy or an emotional state. And that's changing your state of being. And when you change your state of being like that every day, get ready, because you're going to start having synchronicities and coincidences and weird things start happening in your life to prove to you that you're actually the creator of your life instead of the victim of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit is so facts. We cannot create a new future. Hey, I'm still reading, bro. Like, fuck. Yeah. We cannot create a new future by holding on to the emotions of the past. You gotta let go of the past. You gotta let it go. There's no reason to be hanging on to that. You wanna move up, you wanna progress, let go of that shit. I get it was a horrible experience, but let go of that shit. Don't need it no more. It done, but it's done. It is what it is. Nah, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, bro. Use your thoughts to optimize your health. Bro. This video literally, like, hitting the end of the video, it really makes me think about, bro, your thoughts literally can heal you. And I know this. And the reason why I know this to be true is because I remember literally just last year, it's 2025 now, but you know, a couple of months ago, I went to Panera Bread and I was eating with my wife, right? Then all of a sudden, I looked on the floor and I seen this fat ass spider, bro. It's not a daddy long legs that I seen. It was a fat ass, thick ass spider, bro. You know, like scarier than the one that bit Spider-Man. And I was like, oh shit, a spider. And then my wife was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, don't worry, babe. I got you. Because if I did not attack that spider, if I didn't kill it, my wife wouldn't have want to eat. You know, I wanted my wife to have a good time at Panera Bread, eating her salad. So I said, you know what? It's time to man up and kill this motherfucking spider. So I went up. I got up. And I jumped so high in the air that I thought I could fly. And I stomped on that bitch with full fucking force. Not thinking about my health. I think about the damages and repercussions, the consequences and repercussions that it could have done to my body. I wasn't worried about that at the moment. I really wasn't. Focus on killing this motherfucking spider. But after I stomped on that ground, I felt that shit. And that shit did not feel good. But instead of being a bitch in that moment and letting that spider win, because I did miss that spider, I said, fuck it. Fuck this pain. Fuck it. I'm gonna kill it. That spider ran underneath the table. The whole fucking restaurant. Oh my gosh, a spider. Lady that was doing her fucking business work on the laptop closed the laptop and was standing there like, oh my gosh, what he's gonna do? Is he gonna kill it or not? A whole family. Spider. Grown men. Everybody that's watching. 2 girls in the back. Oh my gosh. Spider went underneath the table. I could not find it. Where is it? So then I had to lift the table. I seen it hiding in the crease. I'm like, fuck. Can't get to it. I need something to flick it out. The lady with the laptop said, here, I got a pen. I said, give me that shit, bitch. I went under there, flicked that bitch out. That mint went, And I seen that bitch. I said, you ain't going nowhere, ho. Stomp that motherfucker. I stomped that bitch. And then I was like, took a breath. And all of a sudden I just heard everybody in the room started clapping. I was like, hey, you welcome, you welcome. And I went back. My wife said, thank you, babe. I was like, no problem, baby. And then she continued to eat her salad. And then before that, these two girls in the back was like, thank you so much. And I was like, no problem. Like, I don't need no thanks, bro. I ain't do it for y'all. I did it for the wife. But after that, bro, I sat down and I was like, damn. The back of my foot hurts like shit. My heel hurts hurting so fucking bad. But, I just ignored it because I didn't want to feel dumb. Because, bro, I literally did all of that shit just to kill a motherfucking spider, bro. I could have just went and lightly stomped it, but like I had to go up into the air 6 feet, like I was Spider-Man or like fucking Mario or some shit, and stomp down on this hoe like a regular little tap with the back of my foot when it had killed it, with a little slight crush with the toe. And yeah, bro. Then we finished eating. It was time to go, and then I just noticed I could not walk on my fucking foot. It was my right foot, by the way. Yeah, it was my right foot. I couldn't walk on it. I was like, damn. I think I broke my fucking toe. I mean, my fucking heel on the right side. It probably wasn't broken, but it was probably fractured most likely because when I went home, I searched it up and I was like, oh yeah, you probably fractured your shit. I ain't go to the hospital because I ain't got no money for that shit, but yeah, that shit was most definitely fractured, bro. Because I could not step on it at all, bro. And to make shit worse, I worked at fucking Amazon, bro. And when you work at Amazon, bro, in the delivery part where you're delivery driver, you had to pick up some heavy ass packages. And I had to move heavy ass packages with a broken heel, hopping in a truck, out a truck, running through neighborhoods, running up and down driveways, running away from fucking dogs and shit with a broken heel, bro. But I did it. And I seen this one person talking about how you can heal your body if you just think about it and you just imagine it. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do that shit. So I imagined my body healing. I imagined that my right heel would be healed within the appropriate amount of time. And I searched it up. I think it said like 8 weeks, so like 2 months. So I told myself I'll get it done in 6 weeks. And it felt kind of like I was kind of wishy-washy on believing it once you hit like the 3rd week, but I kept on believing it no matter what. And I just imagine my foot, the heel of my foot getting better every time. And by the 6th, 7th week, the heel of my foot, it was completely healed. I did not feel it. I can literally stomp on it right now and it does not hurt. I completely healed my foot with just imagining it. And I feel like if I didn't imagine myself being healed and I just imagined me having a fractured foot, because there was the other thing that it said on the Google thing. It said fractured foot do not heal all the way properly. And I told myself, fuck that shit. I'm gonna heal it all the way properly, whether my body likes it or not. I don't give a fuck. And I did. It's healed properly. It doesn't hurt at all. And I know that my mind did that shit only because there was a time once upon a time I fucking broke my wrist. Well, I fractured my wrist because I punched a metal wall. And I didn't know about that healing your, shit with your mind. And I went to the doctor for this one. And they told me that it's not gonna heal. It looks like it's not gonna heal properly and some shit like that. And guess what? It never healed properly. So I stayed with, like, to this day, I have a little slight pain in my wrist right here that never went away. And this is like 2, 3 years ago that I punched a fucking metal wall. And I still feel it to this day. But I don't let it affect me. I still do what I want to do with it. And yeah. It's already healed, so I don't know. I might have to just break it again so I can heal it the right way, but I don't feel like doing that shit. So yeah, your mind is so fucking powerful. The power in the mind is amazing. The mind can literally do so much things, and I never knew this superpower that we all had. It's literally like a superpower. It is. It's literally a superpower that we all have. It's like birds can fly, fish can swim and breathe underwater, bears are strong, you know, cheetahs can run fast as fuck. What can humans do? Humans, we have our minds. That's something that no other species have is their mind. We have our minds. We're like able to create with our minds. We're creative. Like we are able to think about so many different things. We're able to do so much stuff with our minds. We're able to fly like birds with planes. We're able to swim like fish with submarines. We're able to run faster than cheetahs with cars and motorcycles. We're able to do so much of these things with just the power of our minds. And it's so fucking crazy to me, bro. Anyways, this was a cool ass video, bro. And you guys let me know what y'all thought about this video and what y'all thought about the shit I said. Because I know I said a lot of shit, bro. So I know there's something from what I said that you can like pull out of your ass. And just let me know. Leave a timestamp. Let's talk about it. Let's talk. Let's chat, bro.